Hit the button!
Welcome back to Zan's Weapon Depot, the podcast where we dive into the world of military weapons, the stories behind them, and how they've shaped modern warfare. I'm your host, Xanatos, and today we've got a real treat for you, especially if you love guns and explosions. Today we're talking about one of the most iconic weapons in modern combat, the MK19 automatic grenade launcher. This thing is the Hulk of grenade launchers, big, powerful, and ready to leave a trail of destruction. We're going to dive into its specs, history, and what makes this bad boy so effective on the battlefield. Let's get into it. The MK19 is a weapon that has been around for decades, but is still very much in action today. So what makes it so special? First things first, the MK19 is an automatic grenade launcher designed to fire 40 mic grenades. And when I say automatic, I mean this thing can unload 325 rounds per minute. That's a whole lot of boom in a very short time. This weapon has been in service with the U.S. military since the 1960s, and it's still one of the most reliable crew-served weapons used by our ground forces today. The MK19 is belt-fed, meaning it's got a steady stream of grenades ready to go, and it's fully automatic. It has a maximum effective range of 1,500 meters, or roughly 1 mile. We're talking about a weapon that can cause absolute chaos from a significant distance. And here's the kicker. It can be mounted on a variety of platforms. It's not just carried by infantry. You'll see it mounted on Humvees, boats, helicopters, and even light armored vehicles. This adaptability gives it flexibility in a lot of combat situations. It is also worth mentioning how versatile the MK19 is when it comes to the types of grenades that it can fire. There are several types, from high explosive grenades to training rounds. One of the most feared is the high explosive dual-purpose round. It is designed to take out both personnel and light vehicles with devastating effects. Now let's talk about how this thing works. The MK19 uses a blowback-operated mechanism, which means that after each shot, the force of ignition actually helps cycle the next round into the chamber. This is key to its high rate of fire and efficiency. Think of it as the MK19 using its own recoil to reload itself. And that's not all. It has robust construction designed to withstand harsh combat environments. Whether it's desert heat, jungle humidity, or Arctic cold, this thing just keeps on firing. That's a big reason why it's a mainstay for decades. The MK19's role in the Gulf War is fascinating. Troops mounted it on Humvees and armored vehicles, allowing them to create suppression zones for enemy infantry, destroying light vehicles and providing fire support for friendly units in the field. It really came into its own during that conflict, and it has been a workhorse ever since. One of the coolest features of the MK19 is that flexibility when it comes to mounting. Can you imagine a helicopter flying over a target and unloading a barrage of grenades? That's terrifying. When you see the MK19 in action, it's a showstopper. The sheer volume of fire is incredible. Imagine a line of enemy troops or vehicles caught in that hail of grenades. The MK19 doesn't just break things, it obliterates them. But it's not just about raw power. The MK19's ability to suppress enemy fire is key. When you have a team unloading grenades in a continuous stream, you're forcing the enemy to keep their heads down, disrupting formations and creating openings that your own forces can exploit. That is a serious piece of equipment, and it is all about the versatility and effectiveness. Whether mounted on vehicles, helicopters, or used by the infantry, the MK19 gives our troops an incredibly effective tool to control the battlefield. This is why after several decades, the MK19 is still relevant in modern warfare. The weapon's ability to lay down massive suppressive fire, combined with its devastating impact on light vehicles and infantry, ensures its place in today's arsenal. So there you have it, folks. The MK19 automatic grenade launcher, an absolute beast of a weapon that has been putting fear into the hearts of our enemies for decades, and it isn't going anywhere anytime soon. That's all the time we have for today's episode of Zan's Weapon Depot. Thanks for tuning in. And if you've enjoyed this breakdown on cutting-edge military technology, blast those like and subscribe buttons. This is Xanatos, signing off from the depot. Stay locked, stay loaded, and remember, if you ever find yourself on the receiving end of the Mark 19, don't bother running. You'll just die tired. Semper Fi.